You walk into a room you've never set foot in, mid-conversation you've never had, and some quiet little voice in the back of your skull leans over and goes, "Wait, we've done this exact thing before." You haven't. Nobody's secretly filming your life for a sequel. You know the pop culture explanation too. Some movie about red pills and green falling code told you it means the simulation glitched and reset something nearby. Cute theory, not remotely what's happening. And here's the genuinely funny part. Neuroscientists can map memory down to individual neurons. They'll happily walk you through the entire chemical soundtrack of falling in love, and they still argue actively in real journals about why your brain does this to you on a random Tuesday afternoon. Everyone knows the term for it, déjà vu, French for already seen, which undersells how deeply out of pocket it feels in the actual moment. Ask literally anyone to explain why it happens though, and watch the confidence drain out of their face in real time. So let's break it down properly. Picture a guy named Desmond. Desmond's about to have a genuinely strange day because Desmond is about to become the connective tissue running through basically every déjà vu theory that actual scientists take seriously. Somewhere around 2 out of every 3 people get hit with déjà vu at some point in life. More in your teens and 20s, less as you age, which feels like a small extra insult on top of everything else getting older already takes from you. Desmond's our guinea pig today. Let's go ruin his week. Theory 1 is the old school one, and it's about your brain double dipping. Say Desmond glances at a hotel lobby for half a second while he's distracted, digging through his bag for his room key, not really looking. 2 seconds later, he looks again, properly this time. Psychologist Alan Brown has spent an almost embarrassing amount of his career on this exact question, and his research points to something simple. Your brain sometimes processes a scene in 2 separate passes like that. One quick and half attentive, one focused and real. Normally the first glance just gets tagged just now and forgotten about. Every so often, for reasons nobody's fully nailed down, your brain mislabels that first pass as an old memory instead. So by the time the second real look happens, there's already a little file open somewhere going, "Seen it," and boom. Desmond is completely convinced he's lived this exact hotel lobby moment before. He hasn't. He's just bad at paying attention, and so, deeply, is everyone, all the time. Okay, but that theory's got a hole in it. It doesn't explain why déjà vu feels so insanely specific. You don't just feel vaguely, "This is familiar." You feel like you could almost predict what happens next. That's a completely different animal, and it's where this gets good. Theory 2 comes out of Dr. Ann Cleary's lab at Colorado State University, and her methodology is genuinely funny to me. She builds video game-style virtual environments, literal digital backyards, hedge mazes, little suburban houses that share the exact same spatial layout as scenes people have already seen, without a single matching object in them. Different furniture, different colors, same underlying bones. Desmond puts on the headset, wanders into a virtual garden he's never technically laid eyes on, and gets absolutely smacked with a wave of, "Wait, I know this place," despite never once setting foot in it. Cleary's theory is that your brain isn't matching objects at all. It's matching the floor plan, the raw shape of a space, and that recognition fires off way before your conscious brain can dig up the actual memory to explain it. And here's the genuinely wild part. In her studies, people who felt déjà vu inside these virtual spaces were measurably better than chance at guessing which direction to turn next. Some real signal is actually firing in there. Your brain just can't file the paperwork on where it came from. So déjà vu isn't nothing. It's real information your brain has genuinely picked up on, which raises the actual question worth asking. If there's a real signal underneath it, why does the whole thing feel so unsettling instead of just, familiar? Most people's gut assumption is that déjà vu means something in your brain glitched, some wire crossed, some memory misfired. Hard proof your internal hardware is a little janky. That's the story pretty much everyone walks around with. Yeah, that's a total lie. And it turns out the truth might be the exact opposite. Neuroscientist Akira O'Connor at the University of St. Andrews scanned people's brains while triggering déjà vu in a lab setting. And the region that lit up wasn't the hippocampus, your actual memory archive. It was the frontal cortex, the part of your brain in charge of decision-making and double-checking things before you commit to them. We'll call it your brain's fact-checker, because that's basically the entire job description. O'Connor's theory is that déjà vu isn't your memory misfiring at all. It's your fact-checker catching a false alarm before it turns into an actual memory error. Your hippocampus throws up a little flicker of, "I recognize this." Your fact-checker goes, "Hang on, let me verify that." Comes up empty and flags the whole thing. That flag is the déjà vu feeling right there. It's not a glitch. It's your quality control department doing its job live in front of you in real time. Yeah, but, and this is the one asterisk actually worth knowing, not all déjà vu is your fact checker running a chill little routine check. Doctors have known for over a century that people with temporal lobe epilepsy often get hit with intense déjà vu right before a seizure, almost like a warning flare going up. Neurosurgeons doing brain mapping have literally touched an electrode to that same memory-adjacent patch of tissue in fully awake patients and produced déjà vu on command, like pressing a button labeled "Insert unsettling memory glitch here." None of that means your déjà vu on the bus this morning was a medical event. For the overwhelming majority of people, it's just an occasional, totally harmless quirk. But if it's happening constantly, lasting way longer than a few seconds, or showing up alongside other strange symptoms, that's a go mention it to an actual doctor situation, not a self-diagnose from a YouTube video situation. So back to Desmond, standing in that hotel lobby he's never technically been in, looking mildly haunted by his own room key. Turns out his brain didn't malfunction at all. Somewhere between a lazy first glance, a suspiciously familiar floor plan, and an overachieving fact-checker stationed in his frontal lobe, his own head briefly convinced him time was looping. Nobody's fully solved this, by the way. There's no single confirmed answer, no tidy textbook chapter that ends the debate, just several very smart people with several very good, very different explanations, still actively arguing about it, which is honestly kind of comforting if you think about it right. Your brain built an entire internal quality control system just to stop you from believing things that aren't true, and every so often, the act of checking its own work is the part that glitches. That's it. That's the whole mystery. Wild that it manages to feel like so much more. And all that free neuroscience isn't actually free, by the way. That comes with a small fee once subscribed. Actually, hang on. Does this next part feel familiar? Good, because you have definitely seen that subscribe button sitting right there before, and there's now a solid scientific case for finally clicking it this time.